Good evening, Lopes fans. GCU men's soccer is back and under the lights of GCU Soccer Stadium after 8 days off. The last time they were out here, they beat Oral Roberts University in an overtime thriller. Charles Keating was the hero of that one. Now they're back. They're playing Houston Baptist here, back under the lights. I'm JP Saar alongside Aaron Gina.
Yeah, Lopes had a great performance last game. 90 minutes, 0-0 game. Lopes looking for a goal, able to get it in the first 2 minutes of overtime. Charlie Keaton from the cross of Radia, a beautiful goal there for the Lopes. Actually, 2 of the last 3 games that have been home have been overtime victories. So let's see if the Lopes here can establish some momentum early, establish some possession, and maybe get a quick couple goals in the first half so they don't have to rely on their overtime victories here. And nothing like coming into this first WAC game ahead 1-0 on the season.
Yeah, it is the WAC opener for the Lopes. Houston Baptist opened WAC play this last Thursday against UNLV. They lost 3-1. GCU, this is the 6th meeting between GCU and the Huskies. GCU is 4-1 overall, and they won 3-2 last year.
Yeah, Damian Herman returns to action this game. He actually had a hat trick a few games ago, so he and the combination of Nicky Jackson are really leading this offensive threat for the Lopes. So if they can have some nice combination plays and get a couple goals like we talked about, that's going to be a really big advantage for the Lopes coming in, because the Huskies are 3-2 this season. So even though they are down a couple games and the Lopes have an advantage there, they do have a positive record, and the Lopes are coming in 3-5. So if the Lopes can come in, establish some momentum early, establish that they're here and ready to play soccer on this beautiful Sunday night, we're going to have a great 90 minutes of soccer.
Yeah, huge to have Damian Herman back after that injury, and you mentioned his hat trick. He was WAC Player of the Week after that. How huge was it that Pollard came up big and had 2 shutouts and won WAC Defensive Player of the Week while Herman was out?
Well, it's big, especially because Nicky Jackson was back, or he was out during that time when Herman was really carrying the team. So now that the Lopes are back to full strength, and the combination between Herman, Pollard, and Jackson, the Lopes are really at full strength. So I'm really excited to see the full team back and playing good, crisp soccer. So tonight is going to be an exciting game that really can establish how the Lopes are going to play this season and how they're going to play in their division.
It is definitely going to be a fun one. It's a beautiful night out here in Phoenix, a nice Sunday night. 89 degrees out here. The weather's starting to cool down, and it's been really nice this last week, and we are ready for the first game in a week for the Lopes men's soccer team. And Mark Antony will kick us off. Josue Palomino gets it back to his defenders. Daquan Thomas. The Huskies moving the ball up the field. Josue Palomino was looking for Malik Key, the leading scorer for the Huskies. Malik Key leads the Huskies with 2 goals this year, and there's several Houston Baptist players right behind him with 1 goal. 7 goals on the year so far for the Huskies. Malik Smith with the ball, playing it up for Alfonso. And the ball works its way back to the defender, or back to the goalie, Chance Pope. Pope plays it through several midfielders and works its way to the opposite goalie. Sasaverovich looking for Alfonso. Herman found it. Lopes in the white uniforms. Huskies in the blue fading to gray uniforms. Ball played up for Sasaverovich. He crosses it in. Kept out by Brian Brody. Alfonso wins the header. And Malik Key boxes him out and lets it go out of bounds for a Huskies throw-in.
Yeah, these first few minutes are going to be big for both squads. Establishing possession shows who's really going to control not only the pacing of this game, but the momentum.
Yeah, both teams just trying to figure each other out. Gabriel Camara takes the throw-in. Houston Baptist settling down with possession now. Folletto played it back to Johnson. Johnson switches the field. Long ball up to Folletto. Lope defender kicks it back out. Adim Say cut that one off. Jackson Jella. A rare start for him. He's definitely going to want to make a big opportunity out of it.
Yeah, well, even though he hasn't been starting recently, he's definitely been a key sub to go to, especially in the offense. You know, we see Jella come in a lot of times for Alanis or Jackson, so he'll actually be playing in the midfield today. So getting a new look and seeing what Jella can provide to this Lopes offense.
Jella excited to get into the lineup. 3 shots on the season, 1 of those on goal. Camara plays it up, looking for Key. Pollard scoops that one up. Key applies pressure to Pollard. Pollard looking for Herman. Daquan Thomas. Over to Foletto. Back to Thomas. Thomas taking it wide. Kicked out by Slack. Couple players wanting a corner. Couple players wanting a goal kick. Side referee rules it a corner. Mark Anthony taking the corner. Low one coming in. This one finds a Husky. A shot on goal, and Pollard with a good save.
Wow, nice save by Pollard there. The ball snuck to the backside. Herman with the pressure couldn't quite get there, but a great save from Pollard here, and we're going to have another corner kick in favor of the Huskies.
Daryl Johnson going to take this corner from the other side. Taking a look at Pollard's save, just tips that one over.
See it here. Wow, just would have nicked the crossbar.
This corner goes well over. Tipped out by the Lopes. Will be a throw-in. Mark Anthony taking it. Foletto makes a pass. Anthony drops it back. Camara takes a stab in. Thomas gets past McLaughlin, and McLaughlin will now big kick it out for the clearance.
Houston Baptist doing a good job keeping possession on the Lopes side, and especially in the 18. We'll see a play here. And
Baptist scores. No goal, calls the ref. Line referee has the flag up. Offsides, GCU. Lopes dodge a bullet there.
Yeah, definitely. You said it there, JP. But continuing what I was saying, see the replay here. Yeah, clearly, well, close there with Sasa Verovic on the back side for GCU. Regardless, Lopes will dodge a bullet.
Yeah, Tim Watson played a great ball to Foletto right in the middle of the box, and Foletto kicked it right up to Malik Key. Now Key running in. Pollard trying to beat him. That's one thing I noticed about this Houston Baptist team. They're going to have a lot of speed, and that's something the Lopes are going to have to keep track of all game long.
Especially with the big size of McLaughlin. He's more of a power player, not a speedy back. So the difference between speed versus power, we'll see how that plays out early in these first few minutes.
Herman fighting for it. Anthony takes it. Daquan Thomas working his way up. Very fast forwards for the Huskies. Hadim Say wearing the captain's sleeve. Finds Jella. Jella moving it up the side. Jella using his speed, showing the Huskies he's got some speed of his own. Lost possession to the defender, but still a good attack. Herman intercepts it. He finds Radia. Radia takes a shot blocked. Afonso with a nice move. Afonso, great move to keep possession. Just loses it, but a foul called against Afonso. A very threatening free kick coming up for the Lopes.
Yeah, what a pretty touch by Afonso, just using the back flick there. Looks like he is stumbling a little bit. He'll be all right there, but it's going to be a free kick for the Lopes in a great position, just about 3 yards outside the 18.
Nicky Jackson walked right up. Looks like he's going to take this one. The offensive threat for the Lopes. 3 goals for him. Jackson and Herman deciding who's going to take it. Herman, the leading goal scorer for the Lopes with 4, and Jackson right behind him with 3. Jackson shoots, tried to whip it around low. Blocked out by Daryl Johnson. But Jella will get to it for the throw-in. Tosses it off to Slack. Herman coming to help Slack out. This one gets to Herman. Defender with great physical play to let this one go out of bounds for a goal kick.
Nice attack there by the Lopes. We saw Houston Baptist control the ball early on the Lopes side. Lopes showing that they have a little bit of offense. Nice combination play between Radia and Alfonso. Lopes looking good early.
It's good to see the Lopes after a shaky start down there. They allowed an early goal, but it was offsides. They come right back and get two great chances. Pope puts this one back into play. Say skies that one out. He gets it up to Jackson. Jackson working against the defender. Shoots. Blocked by the Husky defender. Lopes maintain possession. Afonso now. Say across to Sasaverovic. Up to Afonso. A lot of the play working through Afonso over here on this near side. Afonso moving into the box. Gets it in, but a foul against Afonso. Pushed his defender off to create some space. The ref says that is not allowed.
I like seeing that physical play from Afonso, though, showing, coming into this game as a freshman, just fresh out of high school, that he's ready to play, good soccer at a collegiate level. So that's a good foul from Afonso, just really making a nice move here. You can see just got a little bit too physical, tried to save the ball there. But regardless, Lopes coming into this game, controlling the momentum, playing some good soccer early.
And the past games, the refs have been a little bit lenient, so the Lopes have been able to get away with it. And we've seen some physical games, but so far this ref looks like he's going to control the game and call it tight. Daryl Johnson had it in the middle of the field. Gets it to the far side. Folletto working on Jella. Tim Watson up the field. It's centered. Looking for Daquan Thomas. Thomas just doesn't get to it. Will be a throw-in for the Lopes. Sasaverovic hurrying up. Into Say. Deflected out. Tipped by the Lopes. Thomas is going to hurry up and take this one. He gets it into the box. Very threatening. Folletto, and it's blocked out. Radia blocks it off of Folletto. A huge defensive play there. Pollard will have a goal kick.
Yeah, nothing like seeing your midfielders come back to play some help side defense. A lot of times defenders feel alone. The midfielders kind of staying, waiting for the ball to move towards the offense. But when your midfielders come back and support your defense, honestly, it just helps out the team. So really nice play there from Radia.
Sasaverovic finds Afonso. Afonso with a cross in, looking for Herman. This one headed out. Malik Key. Cut off by Slack. Finds Jella. Lopes have some numbers. Jella gets past his defender. Across to Slack. Slack across. Looking for Jackson. This one is cleared out. Watson, such a strong center back. Shot by Radia well high. Took that one with his left. Pope taking the goal kick. This one headed for Folletto. Say jumps in and knocks that one down the field. Jackson almost got to it. Herman playing aggressive, takes a touch. Sasaverovic swoops in to take that one. And a hard foul from behind. No foul. Ref says play on. Radia up to Afonso. Nice ball by Afonso. Finds Radia up wide. Cross by Radia right to Pope. That was a hard tackle. He got ball though. Josue Palomino came in from behind. Almost looked like a foul. Lopes wanted a foul, but ref says that one's clean. Ball moving up on the near side. Malik Key getting past McLaughlin. Cuts it back. Holding off McLaughlin. Takes a shot with the left, blocked. Another shot with the left. And this one, no problem for Pollard. Jella moving it up the field. He's got Slack on his right side. He plays it to him. Slack's got Jackson in the box. This one blocked. Gonna let this go out. He's got Say towards the middle of the field. Decides to go back to Jella. Slack with another cross attempt blocked. Say gets this one. This one in for Jackson. Jackson gets ahead. Diving save by Pope. Great play by Say and Jackson. And the Lopes just missed that one.
Yeah, really pretty ball from Say. I mean, a nice touch around the defender. We're going to get a replay here off Jackson's head. And that ball was for sure going in. Great dive by Pope. But Lopes really controlling the pace of this game and playing some great offense here.
Malik Key swooping in. Jackson. Or Slack kicks that one back to Pollard. McLaughlin now. Sasaverovich. Fonzo getting physical, fights off the defender, moving up the line. Palomino was right there, so he cuts it back. Sasaverovich up to Alfonso, loses possession. And a foul against the Huskies.
Lopes controlling the shots currently with 5 shots to the Huskies' 3 shots.
The field is open in this game. It's looking exciting. A lot of shots early on. We may see a high-scoring affair. Radia talking to Hinman, getting his advice on this goal. We saw Nicky Jackson score a goal against Evansville. Free kick came from about this length. This one high and coming in right to Pope. No problem for him.
Would have liked to seen someone cut off the keeper there. Radia made a beautiful ball right in the center there, but no Lopes around to cut off, potentially guard the keeper or get a miss deflection.
Pope taking his time, getting the troops up the field. Say cuts it off again. Say just so solid with those goal kicks coming in. He always seems to get the header. Herman gets it to Jackson now. Jackson with a cutback. He's going to shoot. Blocked. Afonso plays it back to Herman. Herman's got some space. Little shot by him just wide. Few more good chances for the Lopes.
Yeah, Lopes make a nice combination plays between Afonso and Jackson there. Herman not able to finish, but regardless, like we're saying, Lopes are getting more and more shots. One is for sure to go in.
Man, the Lopes looking real aggressive from all angles here. They've had a couple attacks that have come from out wide, and they have had a couple that are going right through the middle. I don't know what's more threatening for them, but stay tuned and we will see, because they are going to keep their foot on the pedal. Say wins another header. Fonzo plays it back to him. He's in the circle. Just holds off Key to get it to Slack. Slack up to Jella. Jella taking his time. Jella with a fast cut. Crosses it in for Jackson. Misses. A lot of the Lopes wanted a penalty kick. Jackson was pushed down a little bit. But a good hard tackle by the Huskies.
Yeah, and how about Jella for this Lope squad coming in? Not usually a starter, but bringing a lot of speed and a lot of quick momentum for the Lopes.
High energy Jella is bringing in. Afonso saves this one. Afonso plays it off his defender, keeps it in again. Cross in, blocked again by Kamara. Sasaverovich recovers that one. Radia's got Say. He's got some space. Cheeky little pass now by Afonso. Afonso's played some nifty little moves. This one moving up. Folletto with it. Little chip to Johnson. Across to Thomas.
Nice job playing the open space by the Huskies.
Yep, switching the field. Thomas moving in. High shot. This one well over Pollard's head and well over the goal.
That's going to be headed towards the new baseball stadium that's popping up here soon.
That one was high and long. 18th minute now. This one played up to Nikki Jackson. Alfonso cutting in. Jackson just going to move it around. A long touch by Jackson. Tried to get it through the last defender. Unable to get it through Grant. Alfonso moving in. Working with the left. Gets the ball to Herman. Herman shoots. Blocked shot. We've seen a lot of that so far early on. The defenders are blocking a lot of the Lopes shots, and Lopes have only had one shot on goal that's actually made its way to the keeper.
Yeah, Lopes doing a good job of attacking, but an even better defensive play coming from the Huskies. The defense is doing a great job of staying compact together and really united. So even if a couple defenders miss, they're constantly having backups that are, like you're saying, pushing and poking the ball out. Hopefully one can sneak through here from the Lopes. But honestly, great defense shown by Houston Baptist early.
8 shots for the Lopes, only 1 on target, so 7 blocked shots for the Huskies, or at least at the most 7. I think one of the Lopes shots went over the net high. Radia going to take this free kick. Alfonso was fouled hard. Looking for McLaughlin. He gets a head on it, but high. He beat Pope to the ball, but was unable to position himself to get an aggressive head on the ball towards the goal.
Yeah, see the replay here. I love this large frame of McLaughlin, able to tower Pope there. Really great advantage. McLaughlin comes up from the defense on these corners. He's had a couple corner kick goals, a backside goal versus CSUN. McLaughlin doing a good job of using that frame and that height advantage in favor of the Lopes here.
Pope going to put this one back into play. Folletto wins the header, beats Say, but a foul. Do not believe that one was against Folletto. Kadeem Say not going to get aggressive with the free kick, just going to play it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin up to Alfonso. Alfonso has had the ball quite a bit this game.
How about those moves from Alfonso?
Another good move. He plays it up to Sasa Verovic. Verovic's cross knocked out. Folletto working on it, trying to get this one out of the Lope zone. Excuse me, that was Daryl Johnson with the quick moves to get it out of there. Played it up to Key, but the Lopes hit it out.
Yeah, smart play by McLaughlin. Just poking it out of bounds, giving the Lopes time to reset, get the midfielders back. Heads up play.
The Huskies will have a throw-in on the attacking side of the field. Say steals that throw-in, but he hits it right back to the Huskies. Radia swooping in to try to steal that one, but Johnson beats him to it. Johnson plays it over to Grant. Grant up to Thomas. Thomas working on Slack. Poor touch by the Huskies. Say stole it. He's going to have Jackson all on, but an offsides flag. That was a close call. The Lopes fans here in GCU Stadium do not like that one.
Yeah, heads up play by Say to steal the ball from the retreating Houston Baptist Husky and tried to transfer the ball on the backside to Jackson there. Jackson just a fraction of a hair offsides.
Yeah, Mark Antony took a poor touch there. Say had a great ball, but offsides for the Lopes. So now an offsides has killed each team. Of course, we don't know if Jackson was going to finish that one, and the Huskies resulted in a direct goal, but nonetheless, 2 offsides calls kill 2 great chances for each team.
At least he's keeping it consistent.
Mm-hmm. Johnson up to Palomino. Blocked far by Radia. The sub, Gordon, with the ball now. Gordon using some speed, fresh off the bench. He plays it to Thomas just a bit behind him. But this one deflected out by the injured Lope on the ground. Jello on the ground there. He came in, deflected that one out, and maybe banged his ankle on the other guy's ankle. That's got to hurt.
The angle of the ankle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it came right in and hit it right on his knee. He's walking it off, though. Looks okay. The throw-in switches possession a few times, and the Lopes end up with it now. Herman looking for Jella. Took a poor angle and kicks that one out of bounds. Havoc's out in full force tonight. The Lopes team is going to need him. This is going to be a competitive game. Alfonso came in to steal that one, and Thomas hit him hard and took him down.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU. From the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code SPORTS25 to get 25% off Lope Shop gear for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up.
Alfonso down on the ground. Trainer and him looking at his calf. That would be a huge loss for the Lopes. We've already seen him have such a big impact on the game so far tonight.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a cramp here, something that will fade away fairly quickly.
Looking like he's on his own power, putting the shin guard back in. Looks like he's going to remain in the game. McLaughlin going to put this one back into play. And Alfonso going to take a moment. Almost looked like Josh Drack was going to make his way onto the field, but I think Alfonso's going to walk it off and work his way back on.
Yeah, as soon as the ball is played live, Alfonso is allowed to come back on the field, so he'll be on just a few seconds here. See, now he pursues back onto the field.
The clock is ticking again, and we are back in play. This one up to Jackson. A header centered to Herman. Herman was looking for Slack. Slack could not get there in time. Palomino cut him off. Grant plays it back to Gordon on the far side. This one to Thomas. Folletto. Split two of his attackers, and the Lopes will steal it back. Malik Smith with it. Lays it up to Slack. Cut off by the Huskies. Huskies moving in, looking threatening. Thomas made a move but lost possession. Thomas got a little physical trying to steal that one back. Foul called against him, and the Lopes put it back into play. McLaughlin up to Jackson. Jackson's onside this time. He's going to get to the ball in time. Doesn't have a good angle. Crosses it. Deflected out by Gordon. A solid play by him. He checked in a few moments ago for Watson, and he came up huge right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Pope didn't come out on that ball. Gave Jackson the advantage and a little time to look backside for the crashing Herman, but once we talked about it again, another heads-up play by the Huskies on defense, able to clear that ball out, but GCU will have a corner kick here in the 25th minute of the first half.
And Josh Drack substituting in now. Alfonso is going to take that short break he was going to do moments ago. We also have Khalil Thomas checking in for the Huskies. The 5'8" defender out of Brampton, Ontario. He's going to replace Camara. Free kick, or corner kick moving in now. Punched out by Pope. Foul against the Lopes. Herman got a little physical, pushed the defender down. Hard foul by Herman in the box. Ref giving the Huskies a free kick. No trouble caused by the Lopes on that corner. Kadeem Say wins another header up to Jackson. Such a huge advantage the Lopes have. Pretty much 90% of the goal kicks by the opposing team are headed back in the attacking direction by Say. Throw in on the far side. Grant going to take this for the Huskies. Grant was looking for Johnson. The Lopes steal that one, though. Radia fighting to keep possession. Say gets it. Say working towards his right foot. Decides to play it back to Radia. Switches the field to Sasaverovic. Back to Say. Say controlling possession, trying to find the right decision to make for this Lopes play. And he kicks this one past Drac, just out of bounds. The sliding Drac was unable to keep that one in. Khalil Thomas, long throw in. Up to Anthony. Say was able to out physical him and steal that one. Nicky Jackson plays it. Handball called against it. Palomino stole that one. Almost looked unintentional, though, that handball.
Yeah, nice play here for the Lopes. We'll see the handball on the replay. And the Lopes are going to have a free kick just outside the 18. They've had one earlier here, couldn't capitalize on it. But once again, Lopes in prime position to get a goal early in this first half.
Josh Drac going to take this one. He's so solid taking free kicks and corners whenever he's in. Always seems to set up a good chance. This one gets in, looking for Say. Say was boxed out by the Husky defender. Radia plays this one in, keeps the attack going for the Lopes. Jackson got ahead on it, but nothing more. McLaughlin's shot. Missed contact with that one. Slack long ball. Finds Herman, onside. Herman makes a move, takes his defender to the ground. Try to get it back. Thomas steals this one. Plays it up to Malik Key. Key fouled hard by Herman. Referee coming over to give him a talking to.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those fouls from behind because that's a good way to pick up a card.
Ref says no card this time. But if Herman keeps that up, we might see some paper. Free kick put back in play for the Huskies. Across the field, looking for Grant. This one bounces over his head out of bounds. Couple subs coming in for the Lopes. Bennett Lehner checking in, and the hero of last game, Charlie Keating, coming in. Musa Morris Demos also looks like he's going to substitute in. Maybe not just yet.
Well, good changes for the Lopes, getting some fresh legs in, and they're all players that have seen the field a lot, so not like they're putting in some players that don't have a lot of experience, but it's nice to have 4 or 5 subs that will have a lot of experience that can come in and you know what you're going to get and you play good, comfortable soccer.
We've seen that a lot with this men's soccer team. Shellis Hinman always seems to make the right substitution at the right time. This throw-in headed out by Malik Smith. Throw in upcoming for Houston Baptist. Looking for Key. Key broke away from Smith. This one kicked out by the Lopes will be a corner kick. Upcoming for Houston Baptist. It's going to be the third corner for the Huskies. Lopes just have one. Anthony taking the corner kick. This one swooping in. Header by Filetto, but sent well high again. We've seen that by both teams. The headers they've had off corner kicks have just gone high. Nothing threatening just quite yet.
Yeah, Lopes still have the edge with shots. The 10 shots to the Huskies, 3 shots. Get a replay here. The header, good contact, but just not quite the right angle Huskies are looking for.
Poor defense by the Lopes there. Malik, Key, and Filetto were able to get in, and almost either one of them could have got a wide open header on that one. Long ball played up by Smith. Looking for Jackson. Jackson, far side of the field. Making some moves. Cuts in. Ball finds its way. Back to Sasaverovic. Shoots and he scores! Lopes goal. They are on the board first in the 33rd minute. 1-0.
Yeah, nice, great goal by Keating there. Coming in here to score a goal. Look, nice demos with the pass back and a great finish. Pope doesn't have a chance. Lopes up early in the 32nd minute with the first strike. 1-0, Lopes.
Jackson had some nice moves on that far side. Worked it past his defender. The ball found its way to Musa Morris Demos, and he dropped it back for Keating, and Keating had plenty of space to get a shot off. Great play by the Lopes. They are up 1-0. First to draw blood. Huskies regrouping. There's another look at that shot. Great shot by Keating. Just slides it by the goalie. He got a piece of it. Fans here in GCU Soccer Stadium were on their feet. Everyone's excited, and now we got some energy up in here. Thomas putting it back into play, using some speed, takes a long touch. This one's stolen. Drax got it, playing it up to Jackson. Lopes looking for another. Pope comes in and cuts that one off. Charlie Keating, what a set of back-to-back games for him. 1 goal, overtime winner last game, and so far, the only goal here so far. Drac. He's got Sasaverovic right behind him. He plays it to him. Crossed in for Jackson. And a great play by the Husky defense. This one finds Demos. Demos shoots and wide.
Yeah, nice pretty volley from Demos, able to push the ball up to his right foot. Couldn't quite finish the play, but Lopes, with a lot of momentum, really have the edge here in this first half.
Lopes have a lot of momentum, as you were saying. They have 11 shots so far in this half. Definitely dominating the offensive zone. 2 of those fresh subs that came in, Demos with the assist, back to Keating, who scored it. Throw in for the Huskies. Sent long to Key. Key trying to outrun it. McLaughlin comes over. Lehner gets it to Say. Say took a long touch. Anthony steals that one. Thomas cuts to the right, plays it up to Filetto. Filetto working on McLaughlin. Cross coming in. Almost looked like a cross, but it was almost more effective as a shot. Was looking for that high post, but Pollard was tracking it the whole time.
Yeah, luckily the Huskies didn't have anyone backside. Nice little frothy pass there. Couldn't quite connect. We'll see it just right over Pollard. Oh,
I don't know if that was a shot or a cross, but it was threatening nonetheless.
Lopes maintain their 1-0 lead, however, in the 34th minute.
Abdullah Mirza checking in for Daquan Thomas. Lopes with possession there. They lose it to the Huskies defender. Malik Smith comes in. Stolen by Mirza. Malik Key succumbed to the pressure of Say. Bennett Lehner drops it back to Keating. Back to Lehner. Lehner kicks it around his defender, trying to outrun him. Shielded off by Grant. And Pope clears this one out. But Say wins the header. Demos working it across the field. Cuts it in. Fouled. Taken down by Josue Palomino. Referee was not allowing that one. Easy call for him. Almost tackled down by Palomino. Say was going to put it back into play quickly, but Sasaverovic will come in. Drac joining him. Could be threatening for the Lopes. Into Jackson. Jackson got ahead on it, dived and saved by Pope. Great play there. Sasaverovic kind of swooped around to distract some of the Huskies defender, and that enabled Jackson to find a little gap in there, and Drac delivered it right to his head. But Pope swooped in. Demos and McLaughlin were right on him. If he didn't corral that one, that could have been another goal for the Lopes. Lehner keeping possession. Back to Slack. Jackson up to Lehner. Pope switching the field. Looking for his forwards. Looking for Malik Key. This one headed away by Say. Jackson tried to apply some pressure. It works. Drac takes it. Drac tried to get around Thomas. And Thomas just kicks this one out so his midfielders could join the defenders. Sasaverovic plays it up to Demos, poked out by the Huskies. Anthony trying to keep it away from Demos. This one's sent long for Key. McLaughlin heads it to Say. Demos got a lot of time and space. Almost turned it over, but he's able to keep it. Kicks it. Kicks it wide to Drac. A slide by Thomas momentarily stalls him. Gets it back to Sasaverovic. Drac back to Verovic. Sasaverovic. Cross coming in high. That went out. Almost saved in by Bennett Lehner.
Your best round of golf awaits at Grand Canyon University Golf Course. Experience beautiful greens, state-of-the-art amenities, and a redesigned restaurant and clubhouse. Book your tee times today at gcugolf.com.
Couple subs checking in for the Huskies. Number 27, Jordy Cobo. And number 20, Gianluca Natera. We've seen a lot of subs for the Huskies. Check in and check out. Johnson saves it in for the Huskies. Plays it over to Pope. Pope looking for Mirza. Headed away by Sasaverovic. Nifty play by Demos and Drac. Drac using some speed. Finds Jackson. Jackson shoots. Jackson scores! Another goal for the Lopes. Josh Drac feeds it to Jackson, and he scores. Puts the Lopes up 2-0 just before the 40th minute.
Yeah, I think I think Pope was expecting a cross from Jackson or a little pass. I was not expecting a shot. Jackson doing a great job identifying the open space on the far side of the goal and sneaking one past Pope to advance this score to 2-0 in the first half. Great start from the Lopes and great start for WAC play.
Lopes have looked dominant so far. A great play. Nicky Jackson gets a nice shot, slides that back. Little miscommunication, you think, by Chance Pope and Brian Brody. Brody kind of backed off Jackson. Maybe was expecting a cutback. Maybe, as you said, was expecting a cross. Pope was not ready for that shot, and Jackson slid it by him. Lopes now with a 2-goal lead. Fans back on their feet, doing the Lope chant, and Jackson is sticking to it. Almost got another great chance. Lopes keeping the pressure high. Malik Key. Stolen by Malik Smith, but cleared out. Throw in for the Huskies. Great move by Natera. Say slipped his foot in there and tripped him. But that was a nice move, and he would have had a lot of time and space for an aggressive attacking chance. Yellow card assessed to Hadim Say.
Didn't seem like a ton of contact. I'm surprised that was a card here. Ref had to pull out a piece of paper, as you'd like to call it. So Say's going to have to play a little less aggressive coming to the second half. Yeah, he did make
that great move. He did definitely trip him and get that angle, but a great move by Natera. It was almost worth the yellow card because they would have had a very good chance. About a 40-yard free kick for the Huskies. Crossed in. Folletto got to it. Was unable to get it on target. Found its way over to Natera and blocked out by the Lopes. Fans caught the ball up there. They're excited about that one.
Yeah, I think the Huskies are desperate to maybe get a chance, a shot on goal here. You know, they're down 2-0 at the end of this first half. I think they really want to bring up the intensity of these last 5 minutes.
Ever since that early start where they had a great chance and almost scored that early goal, we haven't seen much from them on the offensive side. McLaughlin heads that one out. Oh, and a tough call against the Lopes. Handball called against Sasaverovic. Lopes would have had a fast-paced 3-on-3 upcoming.
Yeah, I want to see that one again. That was a close call for sure. Here's a replay here. Yeah, did nick the
Came
wrist.
in a little bit with his elbow.
Oh, well.
Now an even more threatening free kick. Natera going to take this one. A substitute. Came in the 37th minute. McLaughlin in the center of that wall for the Lopes. Pollard looking antsy. Shot coming in, and a save by Pollard off the post. Another save, kicked away by Pollard, headed away by Malik Smith. Still danger upcoming for the Lopes. Sasaverovic steals that one, but a great save by Pollard. Keeps this one away. Hits it into the post. What a save. Sasaverovic moving up the field. Gets to the box, cut back. Shoots it. Saved by Pope.
Wow, nice coast-to-coast play by Sasaverovic.
Yeah.
He was the one that cleared it out for the Lopes after that scary play and carries it the length of the field and then pipes a nice shot on goal against Pope here. Pope, great save, but still Sasaverovic playing some really good.
Coast-to-coast on the counterattack by Amir Sasaverovic. But a great play by Pollard. We've seen that a couple times this year so far against Evansville in that 1-0 game. He had 2 saves where he hit it and then it went on to go off of a post. Posts are in Pollard's favor so far this season. Lopes escape that dangerous chance and come up with a good chance of their own. Jackson was moving in for another one. Cut off by Anthony. Fast-paced Huskies moving it up. Loses possession out of bounds. Lopes throwing. Foul against the Lopes. You can hear the Havocs from over here. They don't like that one. This one put into play. Far side of the field. Filetto. 2 Lopes defenders steal that one from him. Bennett Laner slides in to keep possession there. He loses it. Mirza tried to make a move. Drac kicks it through the center over to Demos. Possession slowed down for the Lopes to Demos. Just 45 seconds now for the Lopes. Jackson up to Demos. Demos moving in. Demos shoots. Demos scores! Another goal for the Lopes. 3-0 in the first half. The Lopes have created some offensive fireworks.
Yeah, caught the Huskies sleeping. Here we're going to see the replay by Demos. Just beautiful placement. Right past Pope. Pope with a nice dive, but Demos with an even better shot. That's going to advance the score 3-0. Lopes coming out on top, spreading the wealth. First the goal from Keating, then to goal Jackson. Now the third goal coming from Demos. Lopes playing on fire here on a beautiful Sunday night. They lead 3-0.
With just 36 seconds remaining in the first half, the Lopes add another insurance goal. Go up 3-0. Pope has looked a little shaky. The Lopes have had some great offensive chances and some great shots, but you think he's got to get a piece of some of these shots. Huskies trying to shake it off and put it back into play, maybe get a last-second chance before they go into the locker room. Huskies looking dangerous. Say kicks it up to Jackson with 10 seconds. Jackson looks like he's just going to kick it up the field and let this one tick down to halftime. The Lopes fans are excited. There's a lot of energy in this place. Musa Morris, Demos, Nicky Jackson, and Charlie Keating are the goal scorers for the Lopes. We will be right back to wrap up that first half.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
GCU is on a mission. Our Division I men's basketball team is stacked with talented veterans and international star athletes. See every exciting matchup and experience our rise from college athletes of the dream to champions. Here we come. Our purpose, our season, our time. We are Lopes Rising. Catch all the family-friendly excitement. Limited season tickets available. Get them now to lock them in for generations to come at lopestickets.com. Don't miss out.
It's up 3-0 here against the Houston Baptist Huskies, and they have dominated. 14 shots for the Lopes and 3 goals. Aaron, they have controlled the pace and controlled the offensive zone.
They have. We talked about it in the beginning that they need to come out hot and control possession, because when you control possession, not only can you control the pacing of the game, you can control when you want to attack and how you want to attack, and that has been very apparent for the Lopes coming into this half with a 3-0 score. And one thing I really like is that each goal has been spread around. First the goal from Keating, then the goal to Jackson, then the third goal from Demos. Nothing like showing that, hey, multiple people on this team are threats, so you have to guard everyone. Because at the end of the day, if you have one good player, they double, triple that player, and then you have no one else. But if you spread the wealth and lots of Lopes are scoring goals, it's really a scary but awesome effect for the Lopes here.
Lopes fill in the stat sheets. They've matched the speed of Houston Baptist early on. We thought they were going to be a little quicker and have a speed mismatch, but the Lopes have lived right up to it. Let's take a look at some other sports around campus with Alex with our halftime report.
Thanks, guys. I'm Alex Larson with GCU TV. Men's soccer redshirt freshman goalkeeper Jeremy Pollard earned Defensive Player of the Week. Nikki Jackson, also only one of 30 nominated for the Senior Class Award, which focuses on 4 categories, including character, community, classroom, and competition. Women's soccer will continue their 4-game road trip where they will play New Mexico State and UTRGV after falling to CSUN and Cal State Fullerton. Women's volleyball comes home to play Utah Valley and Seattle after losing 2 tough ones on the road for Chicago State and UMKC. Finally, anticipation for the men's basketball season continues as season tickets have already been sold out, awaiting GCU's rise into the AP Top 25. This is Alex Larson with GCU TV, bringing you the Lopes Halftime Report. Back to you.
Thanks, Alex. Alex, let's take a look at GCU Hotel halftime highlights.
Yeah, some plays here. We can see the offside, some deflections by the Lopes, shot on goal. Nice save by Pollard there. This is when Say had the opportunity, but it was offsides. And the shot on goal, the first goal from Keating after he subbed in. And then same shot there. Keating with a nice, this is Jackson's backside goal. Just great placement. Beautiful placement, putting that on the far side. Pope with no chance. Huskies trying to fight back. Amazing save from Pollard, deflecting that ball off the post. And then the third and final go from Demos, putting that on the far side. Lopes doing a good job kicking these balls around the defenders of the Huskies with a 3-0 lead. Some really beautiful highlights. And like you said, those 15 shots in favor of the Lopes is really what is leading to this 3-0 score. Obviously, the more shots you have, the more opportunities you have to score. So Lopes with these 15 shots, really exactly what they want, and exactly the intensity they want to bring to this first opening WAC game.
Yeah, the Lopes have controlled offensive possession, and even when the Huskies have a chance, they counter right back and get a chance of their own, and it's been really impressive to see that.
Yeah, we saw that after the Pollard save when the ball hit the post. We saw Sasa Verovic not only clearing the ball, but bringing it coast to coast. He didn't get a goal, but we're just seeing Lopes playing really good possession, really solid soccer, and it's exactly the kind of soccer that we wanted to see the Lopes bring in. We've seen flashes of it earlier, but with injuries, with Jackson and, Herman being out for a little bit, now Lopes are back to full strength and really, honestly, playing some great, impressive soccer.
The Colangelo Museum recently opened its doors on campus. Let's take a look at the Colangelo Gala event celebrating the grand opening.
Grand Canyon University, you made a great decision. A true Arizona living legend, our friend Jerry Colangelo. It's going to be a great night. He was the architect, of course, of one of the winningest franchises in NBA history.
Tonight's about Mr. Colangelo, that great museum. It's connected to our basketball facility, our brand new practice facility. So,
what about the Colangelo School of Business? He got really, really excited about it, and he was the architect of that program. It has just taken off.
But what they don't understand is business is relationships, building it, using your platform, and creating access. I think this business school will be one of the finest business schools in America.
If we hadn't met Jerry, I'm not sure where this institution would be today.
I have never seen a man who is so powerful handle it with such grace and generosity. And I'll never forget that. It's my honor to be here tonight, and thank you for everything, Jerry.
I've often said that God has a plan, I believe, for everyone's life, and He's had a plan for my life. So I thank you for your support over the years. I thank you for our relationships, our friendships. There's a lot of love in this room, and I thank you for that. And thank you so much for coming here tonight to be a part of this special evening. Thank you.
See in the video, several Suns, D-backs, and other icons in sports attended. PJ Carlesimo, Paul Westphal, Terry LaRussa, and of course Dan Marley was there. The hours are open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday from 9 to 2. Going to have to go check that out pretty soon.
You know, I've actually already taken a peek. It's really beautiful. One thing I do like about GCU is everything they do it really high quality. So that gala in honor of Jerry Colangelo is just a really beautiful sight. So if you're on campus taking a tour, make sure to stop by that gala and just see what that's all about.
Well, it's 3-0 here in the second half. The kids are on the field having a good time. Some of the players are out here warming up, getting ready for the second half. We will be right back after this short timeout to wrap up halftime and get you ready for the second half.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu. In today's competitive market, the demand for specialized knowledge is ever growing. Take the next step in your career by earning your doctoral degree from the College of Doctoral Studies at Grand Canyon University. We offer advanced doctorate degrees, from a Doctor of Business Administration to a Doctor of Education and online PhD programs. Learners apply their research, critical thinking, and analytical skills to solve real-world problems in areas such as business, leadership, and psychology. Our dissertation process is embedded into conventional coursework to help you move quickly toward graduation, with a supportive learning community to keep you engaged. Work closely with faculty to pursue your unique goals and enjoy a variety of convenient learning formats. Attend class on campus in the evening or pursue doctorate degrees online and benefit from a curriculum designed for working professionals by experts in their fields. Join our community of scholars as we strive to live differently in the world and make a significant impact in organizations, communities, and society, or churches, educational institutions, and corporations. Find out more at gcu.edu/doctoral.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Welcome back to GCU Soccer Stadium. All Lopes so far, 3-0 over the Houston Baptist Huskies. We are getting you ready for the second half, just about 2.5 minutes now until we get play underway again. Aaron, what are the keys for the Lopes to keep this going?
Well, one thing that I've noticed in the first half is Kadeem Say's really controlled the middle of the field with these 50-50 ball wins on possession. You know, every time that Pope kicks it in the middle of the field, Kadeem is always getting his head on the ball, and because of that, the Lopes are having more possession. So these 50-50 balls that really anyone's team are going to the Lopes, and I would say about 75 to 80% of these 50-50 balls have been won by Say and the Lopes squad. So I think that has been a big key that the Lopes need to continue in order to keep possession and keep this game in their favor.
Early on, we saw the Huskies, they used their speed a lot, and they were actually getting some good chances, and then the Lopes cut that off. What can the Huskies do back to get to that and use their speed more?
Well, I want to say I hope they don't, so the Lopes can keep this lead. But at the same time, I think that the Lopes have a kind of a power squad defense with that combination of McLaughlin and Malik Smith. So if the Huskies can use their speed, maybe get some touches to the outside, maybe beat some Lopes on the corners and get a couple goals, you know what I mean? They don't need 3 goals right away. They just need 3 goals over the course of the next 45 minutes. So I'm curious to see how the Huskies come into the second half and counteract the Lopes, but I hope the Lopes keep up their intensity and keep up this good soccer.
Now, Chance Pope, 2 starts, 2 games played so far this year, and only 2 goals allowed, and so far 3 goals allowed in just the first half here so far. Do you think they stick with Chance Pope and keep him out there, or do you think they bring in a new goalie?
I think they keep with Chance. Chance is going to have to let in probably one more goal within the first, I would say, 15 minutes, and then we might see a substitution. But I think Chance is obviously the proven starter that Houston Baptist has, gone with. So I don't think unless Chance, shows the Huskies that he can't be in goal, but he'll stay in goal, at least for now. But I do think if the Lopes are able to capitalize the first 15 minutes of the second half and maybe get a quick goal, and maybe a goal that, the coach would think, hey, Chance could have saved that, you know what I mean? Because the Lopes have gotten 3 goals, and like you said, you would have liked to see Pope get a hand on at least some of them, even if they go in at least, but all 3 goals have been fairly clean for the Lopes. So I think he stays, but obviously if the Lopes are able to capitalize quickly, then I do think a substitution will happen.
The team's huddled up and getting ready to go. Believe it or not, the Lopes are a stronger second-half team than a first-half team. 5 goals in the first half for the Lopes all season and 7 in the second. That number's 8 and 7 now with this 3-goal barrage in the first half. But they have 20 more shots in the second half than they do in the first half. So look for the Lopes to keep their their pedal on the gas and keep the aggressiveness high. I'm sure that's what Shellis Hinman told them.
Yeah, and especially coming into this first WAC game, nothing like being up on an opponent 3-0 that really gives you some confidence for your division and some confidence going into the postseason. 7 out of the 10 teams in the WAC will make the postseason, so the Lopes only have to be the 17th. Obviously, we'd like them to see them in the top 3, but at the same time, coming into games with 3-0 leads, exactly the kind of soccer that you want to be playing in the beginning of the division.
Lopes, this is only the second game the Lopes have had more than 2 goals, and they want to extend that lead. They scored 5 goals against UCR in an overtime thriller. Hopefully this one doesn't come to overtime, but hopefully the Lopes can put some more goals on the board. Nikki Jackson getting us set, and we are back in play. The cannon fires it off, and Say fires this one down the field. This one goes well out of bounds. Throw in for the Huskies. Thomas looking for Key. Jella steals it. Jella subbed out in about the 20th minute. It's good to see him back on the field. And he's joined by Afonso. The Lopes starting lineup back in. Huskies going with a little bit of a different lineup, trying to change some things. Malik Key on the far side, avoiding McLaughlin. Natera was one of the subs. He's still in. Johnson was looking for Natera. Mirza also one of the subs in. Johnson with it now. Cross the field to Brody. Brody looking for Key. Key and him, miscommunication. Mirza over to Natera. Natera was looking down the line for Grant, but some more miscommunication, so some early passes that aren't connecting for the Huskies. They look a little out of sync here. Pollard almost lost that one. Rolled right in front of his own net, but
yeah, scary
he clears
play.
It out.
Scary play from Pollard there. Nothing like the ball dangling around your own 18, especially your own 6.
Don't want to make a turnover like that. Illegal throw-in by Thomas. Throw-in awarded to the Lopes. Slack to Jella. Headed towards Herman. Didn't see Herman get on the scoring sheet in that first half. Subbed out about the 33rd minute, but he's back in now. And he would like to join the action. Stolen by Jella. Moving in with speed. Nice move. Shot by Jella wide. Jella did some nice footwork there. Got past his defender, but his shot missed wide of the net. Chance Pope still in, taking the goal kick. Sasaverovic wins that header. Lopes have been very successful with those headers, getting them back on their side of the field. Grant up to Mirza. Mirza looking for Malik Key, unable to find him. Jella on the near side of the field. Slack sprinting by him. Jella cuts back with his right. Up to Radia. Over to Afonso. Afonso wants to get back in this. Afonso with a strong shot, but saved by Pope. Fired that one low. It was a low missile right at him. He had to get down to his knees to save that one. Beautiful strike with the left. Pope punts this one back into play. That ball falls. The referee calls a handball against Key. Key is not happy about that one. He had a one-on-one against Malik Smith. Would have been a quality chance for the Huskies.
Malik v. Malik.
Thomas heads this one away. Folletto to Johnson. Johnson moving it up the field. Over to Folletto. Up to Key. Key taking hard. Gets back up. Keeps possession. Plays it back to Thomas. Up to Key, but this pass is missed and goes out of bounds. Throw in for Slack. So far, we've seen some aggressive play by the Huskies in this first 5 minutes of this second half. This one kicked out by Radia. Johnson was moving in fast. Thomas looking for Key. Key working on Malik Smith. Smith joined by Jella against Key. Played back to Thomas. This one, Nicky Jackson tried to get it back to his defense, but it went right to Key. Folletto with some time and space. Plays it up. Oh, looking for Natera. But Sasaverovic clears this one out, but it will be a corner kick for Houston.
Yeah, Houston coming into the second half with a lot of intensity. I'm sure that's one of the things Coach stressed at halftime. We'll see the replay here. Just can't quite connect. Sasaverovic able to clear the ball, but Houston definitely wants to come in the second half and establish some momentum, and obviously they need goals in order to compete in this game, so I'm sure that they're really going to come out with a lot of intensity.
Corner comes in, shot and scores. Houston Baptist gets on the board earlier. Looked like a scramble there when that corner came in, but the head found the goal, and it slid its way past Pollard. This one is just a 2-goal game, and Houston Baptist has some life. This one scored by Folletto. Great play. Jumped up high. No, Lopes were defending him. He had a wide-open header, and he bounced it past Pollard.
Yeah, you got to be careful to mark every man on corner kicks because you never know where the ball is going to go or bounce around. So that's why you want to play man coverage on corner kicks. Folletto left wide open, able to capitalize on a nice header.
Johnson picks up the assist, and we've already seen the effects of when you're up 3-0. You let your foot off the gas, being the Lopes. And Houston Baptist came out guns blazing. They already get one on the boards just 6 minutes in. If Houston Baptist keeps this up, it's going to be an entertaining second half. Gordon up to Folletto. Folletto giving the Huskies some life. Brody looking for Grant. Natera drops it to Grant. Grant with a move. McLaughlin pokes it away. Say turns it over. Mirza looking for the cross. McLaughlin settles it down and clears it out. Huskies maintain possession. Johnson sends it wide to Brody. Sasaverovic tried to cut it off. Took a poor angle. Good chance for the Huskies coming up. And Aiden McLaughlin saves that one again. Grant with the throw in. Played back to him. Key with the ball. Key just such a strong dribbler. Wanted a foul. Ball played up to Jackson. Across to Herman. Lopes looking dangerous. Herman into Jella. Back to Herman. Herman played it right through the ref. And a sliding defender cleared that one out. Jella right on the GCU logo. Cuts past his defender. Gets Folletto to fall, but takes a too big of a touch and loses possession. Folletto, nice turn with possession there. Brody over to Grant. Mirza loses possession. Lopes going to try to slow it down and keep possession here. Played in. Brody cut it off. Brody tried to get it up to Folletto. Slack cuts it off. Jella lost possession. And Jella fouls. Jella not happy with the ref, was complaining. Ref tells him to settle down. Malik Smith slipped and forces Aiden McLaughlin to clear it out. Found Jella, though. Played it up to Jella, working it up the line. Nicky Jackson, he's got Herman. Poked away from Herman, but it went to Jackson. Jackson tried to play it through. Seeing some sloppy play by the Lopes now. Attack brewing for the Huskies, and Folletto just took too big of a touch, and he knew it right away. Malik Smith came in and stole that one.
Kind of seems like both teams have eased back a little bit. The intensity is
the
not
pace
quite
just slowed down right after that goal. We've seen it in the last 3 to 4 minutes. Pace slowed down, and each team doesn't want to make a mistake. Can be a throw-in for the Lopes in attacking territory. Jackson turns, tried to cross it in, but this one blocked out of bounds. Will be a corner kick for the Lopes. Alfonso going to move in to take that. Jackson with a great move to get by Thomas. Would have had a dangerous cross. He had Jella in there. Had Say. McLaughlin in the box. Say in the box. The two tall defenders. This one intended for McLaughlin. Punched out by Pope. Huskies slowing it down, trying to keep possession. Huskies know if they want to come back and have this 3-goal comeback, they're going to need to keep possession the majority of this half. This one played back to Pope. Pope clears it. 9 rows up into the stands. Jordan Slack with the throw-in. Jordan Slack moved up a little too far. Referee tells him to take a few steps back.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to say something. Jordan just kept creeping and creeping, and I was like, okay.
Trying to get the advantage there. Slack crosses it. Was looking for Alfonso or Radia. Split him. And found the Huskies defender. Alfonso steals it. Crosses it into Jackson. Jackson shoots. Blocked by Pope. Great shot by Jackson and a great cross in by Alfonso. Cleared out by Thomas, and the Huskies avoid a dangerous situation. Herman working it back, though. Played it to Jackson, right back to him. Jella crosses it, looking for Jackson, headed away. A diving Pope came in, but the defender headed it. Alfonso tried to tip it to Herman, misses him. You can see that replay here. Diving goalie came in, but headed away by Gordon. The ball played all the way back to Pollard. McLaughlin up to Slack. Slack gets it to Say. Back to Smith. Lopes defenders slowing it down. Sasaverovic. Into Herman. Lopes using some speed, moving up. Into Jackson. Taken by Alfonso. Alfonso moving in. Alfonso shoots. Alfonso scores! Another goal for the Lopes. Nicky Jackson had the ball. Alfonso kind of swooped by him and took it. Don't even know if it was a pass. He outruns his defenders and scores.
Yeah, Alfonso's really been itching for a goal. We saw that lefty strike earlier in the half. He does complete the goal there. Alfonso on the board. Wanted a piece of the action, and he's got it. Especially after Houston had that goal, making it 3-1. They kind of seemed like the momentum was shifting in their favor a little bit and had the edge. Maybe they could get a second goal, make it 3-2. But the Lopes capitalizing with this Alfonso goal. Pope comes out. Alfonso with a lot of open space. Puts it in the corner. Lopes up 4-1.
Baptist trying to quickly counter. They lost it out of bounds. Waiting on the referee's call. Goal kick. Lopes get their 3-goal lead back. They lose their shutout, but another goal. Marco Alfonso. Slack drops it back to Malik Smith. Smith plays it up to Jackson. Lopes keeping the pressure high. Oh, Jackson almost got by Gordon. Alfonso gets his first goal of the year. He's been an assist machine so far this year. Jackson makes a nice spin move, gets by him. Hard tackle. Lopes wanted a penalty kick. No call.
That's actually Alfonso's first collegiate goal coming in this year as a freshman. So Alfonso picks up his first goal as a Lope.
And it was a beauty. Sasaverovic loses possession to Grant. Grant was hanging back in that first half as a defender, but such a solid dribbler. We've seen him move up quite a bit this half. Grant plays it up to Mirza. McLaughlin tried to kick it out, missed. Natera takes a shot. He got a piece of it, but was unable to direct it towards the goal.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy defense there from McLaughlin. We've seen some mishit balls, earlier. But McLaughlin, again, there with a little bit of a punch that he didn't want. Lopes able to survive it, though, and will be a corner kick for the Huskies.
Corner kick now for the Huskies. Corner moving in. A bullet sent in. Jackson got a piece of it. Huskies still have it. Brody shoots, and a great save by Pollard. What a diving stop by the goalkeeper in green for the Lopes.
Yeah, that ball had a lot of curve, and it was sailing upper 90, but Pollard says, no thank you. The Australian native with the beautiful save, maintaining this score 4-1.
The 6'1 defender for the Huskies had a beautiful shot on that. Another corner moving in. This one headed a little towards goal, but McLaughlin clears this one out. Coaches sometimes say defenders have the best shot, and we saw it there with Brian Brody. But Pollard made even a better save.
Yeah, that's Pollard's second beautiful save of the night. We saw one in the first half where he pushed it just off the post, and another great save by Pollard, really showing off that wingspan and his athletic ability that he brings to the defense.
Speaking of Brody, here he is. Gets it to Natera. Natera. Shot high by the Huskies. I'm sure the Huskies want that one back. This one high, no problem for Pollard. Going to go out for a goal kick. Josue Palomino with that shot. Gabriel Camara checking back in. Coming in for Gordon. Alfonso gets a piece of that head. Spin move by Palomino. Taken by Sasaverovic. Huskies controlling it, switching the field now. Grant passes it up to Brandon Smith. Smith, fresh sub this half. Herman wanted it to get to Jackson. Sends it a little far. Pope steps in. Huskies play it back to Pope. If the Huskies want to find 3 goals, there is no room for error in this second half. Brody. This one played over the head of Aiden McLaughlin all the way back to Pollard. Pollard going to take his time. Lopes with a 3-goal lead. Pressured by Smith. Played over to Malik Smith. Herman plays this one over to him out of bounds. Natera tried to get the Malik Key, but he lost his footing. Natera kicks that one out of bounds. tried to clear it out. Jordan Slack gets it to Jackson. Jackson tried to flick it over the defender's head, but stolen by Grant. Natera gives it back to Grant. Grant loses the ball again. I'd even say over to Radia. Radia up to Jella. We've seen a good game out of Jella so far. Jella moving in. Loses possession. Gets it back. Jella with a shot. Shoots it, blocked by Pope. Great shot by Jella. Had a lot of power on it. One-on-one with the goal. Tough angle, but still gets it on target.
Yeah, nice job by Pope, really cutting off the angle there, not giving Jella much of an option. Maybe Jella could have put it between Pope's legs on the ground, but still, nice play from Pope to maintain this 3-goal lead.
Malik Smith plays it up to Jackson. Jackson's got it. He's in. He's got a tough angle, though. Kicked out for a corner kick by Grant. Grant's been a solid defender so far this game. We haven't seen him make many mistakes. Austin Day checking in for the Lopes now. Going to take Jordan Slack's spot on the defensive line. Afonso going to take this corner. They are going to redo that corner. Not sure why. But nonetheless, another chance for the Lopes. This one moving in. Looking for McLaughlin. Ooh, Pope saved it, but mishandled it initially. Throws it up. Huskies got some numbers. Play it to the middle. He's got Malik Key. Had Smith all alone on this near side, but a great defensive play by the substitution, Austin Day. Gets it for the Lopes. Afonso centering it. Found Herman. A hard tackle against Herman. We're going to see a foul here. Very threatening territory. We may see a card. Herman on the ground. Hard foul here, straight from behind.
He will be issued a yellow card here.
He is lucky. That was a dangerous tackle from behind. A yellow seems pretty gracious. Herman gets up, though, on his own power. Great to see. Great ball by Afonso. Had Herman in. And a hard tackle by Jordy Cobo. Issued a yellow card. And a dangerous free kick upcoming for the Lopes. Referee going to pace off 10 yards. Looks like Nicky Jackson is going to take this free kick. Already has a goal and an assist in this game. I know he'd love to score again. He shoots in this one well high. Bunch of subs now. Checking in. 2 for each team. Gordon checking in for the Huskies alongside Thomas. Malik Key checking out. Was wondering where DeQuan Thomas was. He had such a solid first half. Was so aggressive in the offensive zone for the Huskies. And he is back in now, replacing Malik Key. The Lopes bring in Alex Ramirez. And he's joined by one of the goal scorers for the Lopes, Musa Morris Demos.
Yeah, not a big fan of that kick by McLaughlin there, just kind of sitting the ball in the air, creating another 50-50 ball opportunity on the Lopes half. Would like to see McLaughlin possess the ball, then move the ball to the outside, and the Lopes can continue their midfield attack.
Khalil Thomas with the throw-in. Headed away by Austin Day. Thomas Cut off by Ramirez. Ramirez looking for Jella. Jella has a speed and a hard foul against Jella. Shouldered to the ground, but no call. Just a hard tackle. Could see it again here. He kicks it out. I guess he shoulder-to-shoulder tackle with the ball, but Jella took a hard fall. Jackson cuts. Cross. Deflected out. Corner kick upcoming for the Lopes.
One thing I'm liking is the Lopes are continuing their intensity. Usually, like when that first goal happened in the beginning of the second half, the Lopes kind of slumped off a little bit, weren't playing as hard as they were, and that's what happened to make it a 3-1 game. Lopes able to capitalize and move it to a 4-1 game, but the difference this time is the Lopes are playing with intensity and looking for more goals.
Lopes have looked for more goals, and they've found them. 4-1 for the Lopes. Corner moving in. McLaughlin gets ahead on it. Still dangerous. Headed again by McLaughlin. And a bicycle kick hits the post. Great chance by Musa Morris Demos. From the floor, he was on his back, jumped up and kicked it, got a piece of it, and hit the crossbar.
Yeah, the ball was bobbling around off McLaughlin's head. Demos just puts a little flick on it. That would have been nice to go in.
That would have been a phenomenal goal for Demos. Another sub checked in for the Lopes. Brandon Johnson came in for Malik Smith. So two defensive subs. Two defensive subs for the Lopes checking in late in the game. Just solidifying that back line.
Yeah, and a lot of players that normally don't get to see a lot of time on the field checking in for this Lopes squad. It's nice that the Lopes have a 3-goal advantage, that they can move the lineup a little bit.
Yeah, Brandon Johnson coming in has only seen 19 minutes so far this entire season.
There's going to be another trip. Jella will go down. Will be another free kick. Let's see if the official will issue a card on Jordy Kobo for the Huskies, and Jella is still on the ground.
Jella is writhing in pain. Hard foul against him. He was trying to move away. Caught from behind again.
I believe that's the third yellow card issued by the official.
Third yellow card. One of those against Hadim Say. And the other two against Jordy Kobo. Issued 2 yellow cards. And the second yellow card means a red card. So he is done for this game. Kobo gets an early shower in the locker room, and the Huskies, already down 3 goals, will be playing down a man. But it's good to see Jella on his feet, jogging off the field. Alex Ramirez is going to take this free kick just a few paces outside the center circle. Sent high, sent in towards McLaughlin. Headed away. Good steal by Ramirez. Came in very physical. Sent in again, but Pope cuts it off.
Yeah, really the last thing you want if you're our Houston Baptist is to go down a man when you're really looking for some goals. Just put yourself in another disadvantage. You're already down 3 goals, so that's a huge disadvantage. And then eliminating a player, now you're playing a player down. 2 big disadvantages. That's going to be really tough for Houston Baptist to fight back for.
Still down by 3. Just under 20 minutes left in this game. Dominic Valletto coming in for the Huskies. He's going to take out Abdullah Mirza. Dominic Valletto, the lone goal scorer for the Huskies. Huskies are hoping he can find the net again. Jella using some footwork. Gets it stolen. The clearance taken by Ramirez was played up to Demos, but slides by him and makes its way to Pope.
And the Lopes are really going to be easily controlling possession throughout the remainder of the game, especially with the Huskies down a player. We should see the ball a lot in the Huskies' half of the field.
And here come the Lopes again. Radia swoops in. He's going to get the ball, and just beaten to it by the Husky defender. That was a great play by Radia, using his speed. He chested it in towards Nicky Jackson, and Jackson played him up, but they were unable to connect.
Well, one thing I like about Radia is he's an intangible guy. He's the kind of guy that makes the plays that you don't really see. Maybe he's not getting all the goals, but he's the guy making the assist, or he's the guy passing to the person that makes the assist. So he's just one of those guys that is going to give you plays that maybe aren't on the highlight reel, but are noticeable if he's not in the game.
Solid midfielder. 2 shots so far this game. He's got great footwork. He's definitely a key player for the Lopes. He is going to be a solid midfielder for the Lopes through this whack slate. Lopes have 10 games in the whack. This is the first year of eligibility for the postseason, so they're hoping to finish in the top 7 of the whack and get to the whack tournament. Alfonso moving up the field, crosses it in. Don't know if he was looking for Demos or Nicky Jackson, but he missed them both. Ball makes its way to Ramirez. Ramirez up to Alfonso, finds the gap.
Great pass.
Alfonso crosses it in. Demos got a piece of it. Sent it high over to Jella. Jella into Ramirez. Ramirez tried to get past 2 defenders. Gets it stolen by Thomas. Brandon Smith over there for the Huskies. Switches the field to Folletto, but misses him. Austin Day was there to ensure nothing happened.
Yeah, one thing you'll notice, even if the Huskies do clear the ball out of their defensive zone, they're just not going to have a lot of offensive attack. You know, when you lose a player and you go down to 10 players, you're really going to move your lineup to favor your defense because you really just want to prevent goals. You're almost in a dime coverage, like in football, just to prevent goals. So because of that, you're going to shift your strikers out of your offensive zone and move them for defensive insurance. So when they do advance the ball onto GCU's half of the field, it's going to be tough because there's just not going to be a lot of open men.
Aiden McLaughlin got the free kick. Switched the field. Brandon Johnson played it to Sasaverovic. Good game for him. He's gotten himself involved in some of the offensive plays, but also been a solid defender for the Lopes this game. Up to Austin Day. Day gets it to Demos. Demos looking for some options. Back to Day. This one was deflected out of bounds.
Just to update on shots, the Lopes have moved their shots up to 23 versus the Huskies' 12 shots, so they are almost doubling the amount of shots. And then, obviously, that's correlating to the 4-1 score. More shots, more possibility to get the ball in the back of the net, and the Lopes have capitalized on that opportunity 4 times today.
9 shots on goal for the Lopes has resulted in 4 goals. 1 by Nicky Jackson, 1 by Marco Alfonso, Musa Morris, Demos, and Charlie Keating. A bunch of different Lopes have found the score sheet today. McLaughlin's pass intercepted by Brandon Smith. He's moving in. Sends it back. Gabriel Camara plays it back to his goalie. Michael Gordon sends it opposite side of the field. And a great play by Sasaverovic to keep that away from the Huskies. Keating was looking for Drac, loses it. Brandon Smith, his cross blocked. Natera, great cut by Natera, foul against the Lopes, and a threatening free kick upcoming for Houston.
Yeah, Houston with good ball positioning here just outside the 18. So look for another Pollard save. They're going to take that one quick.
They take it quick, and a goal for Houston Baptist. Natera was not waiting. He just stepped in and took that one. Keating was standing by the ball. He told the referee to tell him to get away, and he just took it really fast.
Wow, what a heads-up play from
Pollard
Natera.
wasn't ready. Great heads-up play, as you said. He saw Pollard on the near post. The wall for the Lopes wasn't ready yet. And Natera just takes that one real quick and scores a goal.
Yeah, there are two aspects of soccer. Obviously, the physical skill, but then also the knowledge of the game. And Natera just showing off that he has some knowledge and capitalizing when the Lopes were really not ready. So a really nice goal by Natera. That's going to move the score to 4-2.
A heads-up play by Natera. Just 13 minutes left in this game. They're down by 2. Demos taking big touches, moving in. Over to Lehner. Lehner creates some space for him. Deflected. Day with the cross. Finds Jackson. Jackson falls hard. But he kicks that one out of bounds for a goal kick. Great cross by Day. Jackson looked threatening, moved in, and misses his shot and falls over the goalie. Pope sends it back into play. Ramirez played it back to Sasaverovic, who looks for Keating. Taken by Natera. Brandon Smith lost the ball. Tried to get it back, but fouled hard. Nicky Jackson in the center of the field. Finds Demos. Ramirez over to Lehner, all alone. Chip cross in for Lehner. Missed his target. Ramirez takes a shot. It deflects back out to him. He plays it over to Sasaverovic. Over to Drac.
Yeah, one of the things to look for in these last 12 minutes of the game is the Lopes are really going to try to control possession. You know, much like in football, you're going to see a lot of runs to control the clock at the end of the game. The Lopes are going to be playing a lot of keep away just because, especially because they have a man advantage, but because honestly, they don't need to score again. A fifth goal would be great, but at the same time, if they can just control the clock, control possession, and just pass it around this Houston Baptist team, they come home in 12 minutes with a victory.
That sneaky move by Natera to score that goal. It's almost going to work in the favor of the Lopes as Lehner moves into the box. Tipped away by Pope. Great cross by Lehner. The Lopes won't make that mistake again. They'll always be ready for a free kick. Cross coming in again. Pope punches it away. Natera tried to find the winger. Sasaverovic cuts it off. Tried to take a strike. Pope dives in to save that one. Pope was swooping in there. Just saved that one. Took a minute to lay on the ground. I don't know if Drac hit him on the head on his way by, but he is up now and ready to put it back into play.
Yeah, Drac might have gave him a high five with his cleat there.
Mm-hmm. This one's sent high. Missed the attackers. Lopes take possession. Demos over to Ramirez. Up to Lehner. Lehner with some space. Punches it over to Day. Day with a cross. Drac had some space. And a handball against Drac. Just 10 minutes left in this game. The Huskies are trying to hurry pace back up. Free kick sent in, headed away by Brandon Johnson. Stolen. Huskies trying to keep possession. Palomino holding off some defenders. Lehner and Ramirez were applying some hard pressure. This one intended for Brandon Smith. He loses it out of bounds. Couple subs checking in for each team. Malik Key, offensive powerhouse, for the Huskies coming in. He's joined by Daryl Johnson. Going to take out the goal scorer, Natera, and replacing Brandon Smith. And the sub for the Lopes checking in is Justin Rasmussen. He is making his first appearance this year for the Lopes. He's a freshman out of Las Vegas, Nevada, so he is making his first appearance in college at the D1 level. Charlie Keating holding off his defender. He loses it, but McLaughlin recovers for him. Up to Lehner. Lehner pushed down hard. Thomas didn't like that foul. Put back into play quickly. Day found Lehner. Lehner centering it. He's looking for Nicky Jackson. He misses him. Up to Folletto. Folletto tried to backheel but missed it. And Day stole it. Back up to Lehner. Day and Lehner have controlled this near side. Demos moving in. Wants a shot. Shoots it. Deflected. Demos again. Crosses it. And deflected off the post by Gordon. Gordon deflected that one, but it hit the outside of the post.
Yeah, really close play there. I think Gordon was just trying to clear the ball out, and it actually deflected off him. You see from Demos. Oh, wow, off his back calf.
Wow. Dodged a bullet there. Pope dived the other way, was trying to save that cross or shot attempt, and Gordon deflected it, almost scored an own goal.
Yeah, a little bit of a pinball goal there for Demos.
That corner headed out. Huskies take possession. Lehner takes it back. Lopes keeping the pressure high in the offensive zone. And it works. Ramirez keeps it. Tries to cross it to Nicky Jackson. Headed away, but finds its way back to the Lopes. Ramirez over to Sasa Verovich. Back to Aiden McLaughlin. Lopes are fine with maintaining possession, keeping it in their defenders, and building another attacking chance. Brandon Johnson's pass is intercepted. Johnson was looking. Possession trading hands a couple times here. Pope sends it up to Malik Key. Key playing hard against Rasmussen. Not taking it easy on the newcomer. Rasmussen charged with a foul. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining here in GCU Soccer Stadium. Free kick into the box. Headed away by McLaughlin. Shot by Thomas is sent high and out of the stadium. His left foot missed contact on that one and sent high. Mark Antony checking in. Taking out Josue Palomino.
Alanis is going to check in for the Lopes, his first appearance of the day. We are used to seeing him come in early for Demos or Jella, but Alanis will make his first appearance of the day today.
Ball looking up. Demos onside. Finds Alanis. Alanis was unable to get a solid shot. Maybe still a little bit rusty. Just hopped off the bench, and he had a A1 scoring chance.
Yeah, he's been sitting for 85 minutes, so going from 0 to 60 pretty quick there.
Almost put the Lopes up by 3 once again. Throw in for the Lopes deep in their own territory. No sense of urgency for GCU. Trying to run the clock as much as they can. Get out of here with a 4-2 victory. Demos. Lopes have a 4-on-4. Finds Lehner. Lehner shoots, misses. Drac moves in. Demos scores! The second goal for Demos. 87th minute, the Lopes tack on another.
Yeah, and that goal is really going to seal it here. Moving the score, we're going to get a replay really quick. Demos just burying it off the misdirection there from the Huskies. Couldn't quite clear the ball. Demos says no problem. Picks up his second goal of the day, advancing the score 5-2 in favor of the Lopes. Just a really great heads-up play by Demos, really sending that ball in to the top of the net. Pope had no chance.
Lopes had a 4-on-3. Demos started that play. Another defender made its way back for the Huskies. Lehner crossed it in. Couple chances later, and Demos has himself a pair. Huskies moving it back in quick. Lopes chant going on here at GCU Soccer Stadium. Such an awesome chant with that drum. Fun to see the player of the game after go over and do it with the Havocs. They take the drum, they pound on it. Lopes chant. Could be a number of players tonight. Could be Nicky Jackson, 1 goal and 1 assist. Also could be the goal scorer you just saw, Musa Morris Demos, 2 goals and 1 assist for him as well tonight. McLaughlin fighting with Anthony. 3 minutes left in this ball game. Thomas breaks free. Looking for Key. Key scrambling. Folletto scrambling again. Thomas trying to get his way back to the feet at the top of the box. Camara on the far side using some speed. Crosses it in. Folletto swooping in. And a hard hit. Folletto came to help Pollard. Don't know if that was intentional. But he came in. I think it was just aggressive play, moving in, trying to get the ball. Took Pollard to the ground hard.
Yeah, just a little over 2 minutes here remaining in the game.
Put back into play. Played up to Alanis. He's going to get there. Lehner's joining him. Also Drac. Nobody over there, and he sends it to Pope. Pope plays it to Anthony. Think that goal put the icing on the cake. Huskies just going through the motions right now. Johnson's still applying some pressure. Day crosses it in, looking for Alanis. Alanis' head was turned the other way. Malik Key loses that one out of bounds.
And the final minute will be on the clock here.
The result inevitable. Lopes up 5-2. Daquan Thomas gets a foul called for him. Puts it back into play quick. Huskies looking for a consolation goal. Looking for some confidence. Folletto moving in. A ball played up. Great ball shot. Just misses. A great chance by the Huskies. Folletto moves in. Plays a great ball across the box. Malik Key came soaring in, and he just misses the goal. Got it past Pollard, but didn't find the net.
Yeah, Folletto caught the Lopes sleeping there on the last seconds of the game. Unfortunately, Lopes able to escape with this last 10 seconds of the game here.
The clock strikes 90. The fans are on their feet. Havoc's excited. The Lopes win 5-2. They start the WAC season 1-0 against Houston Baptist. And an exciting win for the Lopes. We will be right back after this short timeout to wrap up the victory.
You're watching GCU TV. Go Lopes.
There's a burst of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for their season, and they're ready for action. The only NCAA Division I men's soccer team in the state will dominate the field at our state-of-the-art 6,000-seat soccer stadium. Former MLS Coach of the Year, head soccer coach Shellis Heineman, leads this all-star squad at the epicenter for soccer in the state. Come catch all the family-friendly excitement. Games will sell out. Get your GCU season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
You want your life to count? You don't have to have a high IQ and you don't have to have a high EQ. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to have good looks. You don't have to be from a good family or from a good school. You just have to know a few basic, simple, glorious, majestic, obvious, unchanging, eternal things, and be gripped by them and be willing to lay down your life for them, which is why anybody in this crowd can make a worldwide difference, because it isn't you, it's what you're gripped with. Don't waste your life. Don't waste it.
Welcome back to GCU Soccer Stadium. Very happy mood here for the Lopes. Everyone's excited. 5-2 win to open up WAC conference play. Who's your player of the game, Aaron?
You know, I think our player of the game's got to be Morris Demos, really showing the Lopes that he can provide some offense that typically he hasn't really expressed this year. I know he is a great offensive player, but coming into this game with two beautiful goals from Demos, Demos is our GCU Golf Course player of the game tonight.
Pretty exciting for the Lopes. Going through some highlights here. There was Afonso's goal. He had a great effect all night. Any other game, he might have been the player of the game. Just a great play for the Lopes. Musa Morris Demos, there was one of his 2 goals. There's the other one. What a game by Musa Morris Demos. Also had an assist in the game. Lopes just very excited. They continue WAC conference play next weekend at CSU Bakersfield and at San Jose State.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Lopes take this one 5-2. Have a great day, and go Lopes.